Hey there, fans of somethingbetter.net. Eric out here back in the yard. I'm gonna go plant an avocado tree today. Here I've laid out everything that I'm gonna be using, including that avocado tree in the 3.5 gallon. And that was what was listed at Costco, whereas the 5 gallon, which I'll show in a minute, from Armstrong, you can see the difference. And the one at Armstrong cost more than twice as much. It was $44.99, and they had a 15 gallon for $140. But I've got time and I'm willing to be patient here, so I'll save a little bit of money, start with a younger tree, and get going. So I've got my gloves, I've got my Pickmatic, which I talked about the other day. It's probably my favorite garden tool. I don't use a shovel. I feel like a shovel takes a whole lot longer and it doesn't really loosen up the soil like I want. I've got my fruit tree fertilizer from Armstrong, from Dr. Earth, $44.99 a bag for 25-pound bags. So not cheap, but really quality materials, very important. And then I've got the worm castings that I showed the other day as well from Costco. It was on sale the other day for $8.99. And then also from Costco, some organic planting soil. This is for in-ground use only, and that was $7.99 for 50 dry quarts, which is a pretty hefty bag. So kind of have my yard behind me. I've got this lemon tree that's really producing a lot behind, and this peach tree that I showed the other day with the mounding and the fertilizing, and this keyhole above ground garden with mint that has exploded. So for comparison's sake, here's that 5 gallon tree from Armstrong that I talked about for $44.99. You can also get avocado trees at Home Depot. I like supporting the local garden center. They also have a lifetime guarantee for the tree, just keeping the receipt. And you can see I have all the leaf litter down around the base to try and keep that moisture in, but a fairly substantial. I'm gonna kind of bring it in here. Looking at the trunk of the tree, you can see it's quite a bit thicker than the one I got at Costco. So you are getting what you pay for, and it does make a difference. But I also planted it not just next to the mint here, but the lemon tree. If I can kind of zoom out a little bit, I've got a lot of bees buzzing around, which is great. I know that pollinators are here, and then my neighbor's grapefruit tree, there's quite a bit of blooms on there as well. So it's really great to have the food source for the pollinators, which is a key aspect of this endeavor as well. So I'm part of the way through my hole right now. Definitely hit some old roots that broke up pretty quickly when I hit them, but there are also some other roots in there, and definitely one of the considerations, but I'm pretty far from any other tree right now, so I'm not too concerned, but it's going well. I'm gonna start using the soil that I pulled out to create the mound around it, but I still have a little ways to go so I can get deep enough. So more work. I'm gonna show you a quick look here. I'm gonna soften up the root ball, I'm gonna work it back and forth, loosen up the soil, pull out the base of the tree, hold onto it very tightly, make sure it's nice and loose coming out, but not so much so that it falls apart, and then put it in the ground. So right now I've got it in the ground, definitely very much loosened up. A lot of the soil came out there, so I'll kind of reuse that and then pack it around with some of the planting soil as well as the Dr. Earth and the worm castings, and we'll mount it back up here and come back very shortly. All right, here we go. And we're done. About 10-15 minutes later, we're pretty much done here. Kind of go down to this level and you can see a little bit of that basin we've got created. And here we are, all covered up with leaf litter that I've got kind of on the side of the yard from the sycamore out front, so another native local California species. I realize Haas avocado aren't necessarily, but they are food producing. Hopefully we get some food in 3 years, 5 years, whatever it might take. Sooner would be greater, longer is still fine. It's just good to have another tree in the yard, absorb some carbon dioxide, something nice to look out onto and watch over, and come and water every day. So now I'm gonna go water it, and I'll show you how we're gonna do that. The other day I mentioned I have a leaky garden bib that I can't seem to figure out. So what I do is I collect that drip, drip, drip of water, and I've got here in this orange bucket, and I've got the pot that the avocado tree came in, and I've kind of laid it down. So what I'm going to do is take this bucket here and just pour it over the side of this to spread out. So it diffuses that water so it doesn't all wash away into the soil. It's also what the leaves are for. and let it just kind of soak in. Make sure I give it a good soaking. So I got a couple more buckets worth of water that I'm going to bring on over. So here I've got this watering can that I'm going to use, and I'll bring that over, and it also helps to diffuse water since it goes through the spout of the watering can. All right, I'm gonna finish up. Thanks for watching today. Looking forward to hearing what you guys planted in your yards.